Today, we shall see victory! A great new Altered fights at our side!
The anomaly should have killed us. But instead, it left us something more. Altered and Outrider. Only we can lead them to a future. Whatever we were before, we're something new now. We were given a second life. We can't waste it.
A warm welcome to all of our friends, fans, community members, squad mates, participants and viewers worldwide on various platforms. Thank you for joining our broadcast of DRBMiller introducing Outriders. We've enjoyed the game yesterday tremendously and playing the demo that was given to us on Friday, and I'm inviting everyone from our community to step in and try it. Indeed, it is a very, very enjoyable exercise. Sadly, I have seen quite a few negative reports on the demo and all that's come from the developer on various online hubs, and I'm really surprised. In fact, I did write to Eurogamer today after reading the review, which was all focused on the technical side of things, and I'm really surprised to see that they were not looking at how immersive the story was, how big the open world indeed appeared to be, how similar to Anthem and Mass Effect the game appeared to be from the beginning, and just really saddened to see that people are really so jumpy, so picky, so unhappy right from the start. I mean, obviously this game will be comprising the elements of Destiny with Mass Effect and with Far Cry and Fallout and Anthem and all the other games. It's obvious because of the way the game is. But it does have an element of originality, and it seemed to be telling us the story in a way which was very, very exciting and highly entertaining, easy to swallow, easy to soak up, easy to understand, which is not the case with some of the AAA heavyweights we played over the years, and that I certainly greatly appreciated. So I'd just like to ask everyone who's in demo to be patient. They've not launched alpha or beta of the game, it is a multiplayer, and evidently will have some issues initially, so when you get the game, it's likely you'll need some patches and updates and that sort of thing. There is one technical issue that I think was persisting, that was frame rate drop. The movement of the character was not particularly smooth at times, and it may drop even more when you are doing it in a 3-piece. But all of that is part and parcel of the game, and we've seen more serious issues with Apex when the game was launched without any announcements, and if you look at it today, it's giving you absolutely pristine 4K top-notch tip-top graphics, really beautiful to watch on a 4K TV, very, very smooth FPS, no lag, no glitches, it's just the way it has to be. And actually, to be honest with you, I was listening to the game director, all he said in Xbox podcast the other day when he talked to Larry and Jeff, and he talked about how they worked on the project from the beginning, the excitement, the crew and everything else. But it did occur to me that the glitches and the lag could have been connected to the number of participants coming in on the multiplayer, because originally we had 50 teams and they've been downsized to 20. So 20 teams, the map becomes much greater, much bigger, ready to explore, the gameplay becomes a bit more tactical, and you're not getting the problem with the server lag. The server lag does occur where you have too many people coming into a particular area where the server is then suffering from the overall pressure coming from all those different devices, all getting in at the same time. So that may be the reason as to why Apex with downsizing did get that degree of advantage, and the problems we've had with Call of Duty Cold War during this freebie week was exactly to do that. We played it twice in a row, Spurs and myself, and just one problem after another. I want to stress that if you purchase the game, you're not getting these kinds of problems. It's happening on the freebie because the freebie is attracting too many people, and all these guys are basically coming in at the same time, and therefore the servers are not able to process the information quick enough, so you get rubber banding, lag, audio problems, and all else that we're experiencing, which in fact is sad. Cold War indeed is out there to be enjoyed, to be digested, to be introduced to wide audiences, and I think I personally really liked the event, the Outbreak event, and once we got into the Zombie Fest, we played the usual missions, and then suddenly we were being brought into a kind of a time warp, and then chucked through a tunnel, travelling through space and time into a tiny little building, 6x6 so to speak, with lots of zombies attacking us. It was really a proper, very, very lethal death match at that point. And obviously if you're surviving it, you're getting some rewards, the idea behind it. I think it works for anyone who is in favour of death matches, any fan of Zombie Fest. So that's the explanation. So coming back to Outriders, very sad to discover there's so many writers of information interested in exploring all the game stuff. I think it's wise to be alerting the developer on the issues, and it is possible that some issues will be persisting on all the gen consoles. Maybe the game will perform a lot better on Xbox One X and S as well as PlayStation. We need to see. But I think my personal experience of the game was absolutely 10 out of 10. I loved it. I enjoyed it. I thought the story was great. I thought the characters were interesting, and the story was very easy to follow. So that's really one of the best things about it. We played lots of games recently that had non-linear storytelling, and that really isn't always the very best for me personally. I like those games, but I still find in Destiny a great difficulty in following the story. I mean, Destiny is one of my favorite games of all times due to everything it has to offer, but the story is not the strength. So I think the best thing to do for all of our viewers, all of our participants, community members, is simply to be downloading the demo with respect for the platform, PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and have a look and enjoy it together with us. Demo is not time limited. You'll be able to do it even when the game comes out. Its strength is in collection of data. It gives you the first few missions of the game. Altogether it's about 4 to 5 hours of the actual gameplay. Everything you do here will be imported to the full game, so if you don't want to, you don't have to replay all of that. But on the other hand, I think on the first run you'll try it alone to find out what's happening here in this world of Outriders, and after that you'll bring your friends, you replay with 2 of them. You want to find out what the matches with all the enemies are going to be like, and all else will then follow. So there is certainly capacity for replayability here. You will also be able to browse and walk through the open world, get many different items from the inventory, explore some of the more secret areas, and generally it does look like a game with huge potential. We obviously need to see it in its full format, but the demo has been so far so good. Okay, we have some people already watching here to join us, people who want to talk to us. Looking at one of our friends, Koidi is here. Hello Koidi, how are you doing? Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for being a valuable member of our community. Koidi wants to join us, so I think we'll bring Koidi in and we'll talk live online. I want to just mention to all of our friends that anyone coming in from our community will swear needs to adhere to the Twitch rules, and the Twitch rules are stated on the channel as well as on the Discord, so you needs to absolutely abide by those rules 24/7, because because you know I have moderators and they enforce anything which is outside of the community rules, as stated by Twitch, and you see myself in the chat. So right, so let me have a look at what we've got there. We see our friend. They want to join us. Let's see, start a party invitations. Working. Okay. On invitation. Invite that again. I think our friend joined the party. Can you hear me? Says it's connecting. Can you hear me? I think we should be in a party now, right? Can you hear me? I can't hear you for some reason, don't know why.
Hello.
Yes, I'm good, I'm good. How are you?
Fairly done.
I can't hear it too well, actually. Maybe if you increase your mic a bit, the volume, if you can. Just see what... Okay. Okay, I think I can hear you. I need to tell you that as we're in a party, all we talk about here is recorded, live on air, so that goes to Twitch, and also it will be both recorded on Twitch and then archived to YouTube. So basically all the new participants need to be aware of the channel rules and, you know, the fact that everything is in the public domain, and I don't really, like some people, take out clips, censor anything like this, and I also have moderators and they're very always ready to help. Yeah, include the audio. Yeah, you can. Let me just have a look. Just a second. See what's going on. Just the memories party 2 people. Absolutely. Yeah, it has to be always private. And options. Okay. So what we... Yeah, actually we don't have to change this. I was just thinking if we had any other participants from my community popping in, then we would switch the party chat to the game chat for everyone to be heard and recorded. But at the moment, as we don't have anybody else joining, that isn't necessary. So we'll just keep it on the options as they are. Yeah, can you hear me? Okay, so you have a bit of it left, yeah? I'm just trying to work out how we can do this, because obviously you've not tried it yet and already gone halfway through it. Now what I mean is, if you were to join in, let's say, straight away, then I think the game may not allow you to come into that section, because there's like a tutorial or something at the beginning you need to get through. You can try and see what it will work. Yeah. How new did you say? How long? How big? Didn't hear. Well, the demo is brand new. It's just come out on Friday, and I've included here on DRBMiller introducing, because the game supposedly will be coming out in April, and it's been delayed several times before due to, you know, technical issues and various other problems they had with the multiplayer. So it's our first contact with this wonderful new sci-fi shooter, open world type of game. And I have to say, I loved it yesterday. I thought it was absolutely amazing and really my kind of game. You know, like Mass Effect is my favorite of all times, and this one has aura of Mass Effect and Anthem and Fallout and Far Cry with the open world. But loads of negative write-ups in the press.
Really?
I'm very surprised, because the writers generally in the last few years have become technical issues or problems arising from the new games, and sometimes they're also biased towards a particular developer. So you will get, for instance, people like Bethesda favouring everything coming from them and being quite biased towards BioWare. Like BioWare had a huge flag due to Anthem backfiring on the tech side of things, and you know, they worked on Anthem for 2 years after the game was released, trying to resolve the problems. But the problem they had from the beginning was, you know, they've gone down the route of buying a new game engine, and they bought it from the Swedish developer that was previously using it for Battlefield. And Battlefield, obviously, an older gen game, differently made. Anthem was to be the next gen game for the next gen consoles, high taxing graphics on bandwidth, massive participation with multiplayer. So once they launched the game, already on the demos, the game was not performing. It was extremely poor, like really, really massive problems with rubber banding, lag, crashes, you name it, all sorts, infinite loading screens, problems with logging in. I mean, to be fair, BioWare did jump gun. They really should have not done this at that time, and they could have been sitting on the game for extra 2 years, worked on a lot of issues, and then released it together with Xbox in November last year. So it backfired. I mean, evidently very angry, and they worked on the games still for 3 years, and promising new content, new patches, new everything. And on the tech side of things, they really kind of resolved the vast majority of the issues. The loading screens were quite long, but they were not infinite, and the glitches and crashes disappeared completely. But what upset me at the time was, I mean, indeed, we were all concerned about the tech issues, but you had writers describing the game, and instead of doing the usual BioWare thing, you know, you come to the social hub for Tarsis, for instance, or you have in Destiny the tower. You need to talk to every one of the characters. So unlike Destiny, if you don't talk to, let's say, Zavala or any other NPCs there, you are not going to be missing out on the content. Right? It's just up to you to be collecting bounties or doing extra tasks. In BioWare's games like Mass Effect and Dragon Age, unless you talk to everyone, you're not going to be unlocking. Oh, I've gone. Can you hear me? Don't know what's happening there. Let's see whether you can hear me now. Can you hear me? No, it's just some sort of problem in the hang on. And we'll do it the other way. I'll invite you. I'll invite you. Sorry. Oh, we're here already. Okay. Can you hear me? No, don't worry. No, don't worry about it. It's all good. Can you hear me now? It's all good, yeah? Yeah, cool. No, I was just saying that with Anthem, some of the guys there writing reviews, not just of the demo but also the game, they've gone to Fort Tarsis and then they just talk to one character, you know, the one who gets highlighted. They ignored everybody else, and they finished the game in about 13 hours. So they complained, they wrote reviews about the game being very short, lacking content, no activity, and they've not done what they should have been doing. You had one writer saying, I didn't get to any world events, and he was told he had to be playing on the hardest difficulty level with a team of 3 if he wanted to get into Cataclysms. Unless he did that, he couldn't get to it, because obviously Cataclysms are a bit like raids. You need to be doing it with a group of people in order to complete, and not everybody will get it unless they are in that sort of format. So, you know, they wrote publicly against the game, and the facts were not obviously at all, you know, verifiable. Basically, they wrote nonsense. I played Anthem, I talked to everyone, 146 hours on the campaign alone. So compare that with 12 hours, people doing speedrun and just skimming all the content, not really unlocking all the missions. And I think generally the writers have become a bit impatient, and they're not always telling you the accurate facts. So very, very taken aback at what I've heard, particularly from Eurogamer. Eurogamer is one of my favourite gaming hubs, and they have really top-notch writers. I'm not sure what this guy's problem was, but he was just focusing on the tech side of things in here and ignored the story and everything else. And I think that's really ill-conceived. I mean, this company they worked on, I think it was Gears of War 4. They're a Polish company, and they're really kind of trying to excel now by breaking the market of AAA blockbusters, on the level with all the other big ones. And obviously there will be some issues. They don't have the same revenue, they don't have the same group of resources, but I think the product is very remarkable. I really enjoyed it and really liked the story, and there will be certainly options for the tech issues to be, tweaked, and maybe the cutscenes to be better integrated. But they were just all coming in with guns blazing. And you know the trouble with Twitter and these hubs? You have one major online hub writing something bad about a particular product. Everybody else copies and pastes. They just all cotton on. It's crazy. It's just very, very unfair towards all these people who worked on such a game for many, many years. And, but I like it. I think it's definitely entertaining. Very similar to Destiny. The biggest difference there is storytelling. This has a linear narrative. This is a game that will begin and end, unlike Destiny, where it's open-ended. You can play it at any time, through all kinds of different types of activities, and definitely a good one. So what do? We can crack on with the game, and then you want to join us a bit later, or you can watch it, and then, yeah? We'll have this game on, let me think, probably right until about 4:30, roughly. Yeah, that's fine. I just would say that I was today a bit late. Really, we should have kicked off at 1 o'clock, but other things basically were precious and had to be tended. I just want to say to our viewers, I have quite a selection of screenshots and everything that we've been doing here live on 9 during the last few days, and we have some Apex and some of Outriders, and then some other games I have tackled during the week. So all of that is coming away tonight or tomorrow. But it's not there, which we talked about yesterday. And yesterday we talked about some of these, and some short, slow coming. But I also have some absolutely terrific clips from Destiny streams with Spurs and Second Point. Everyone will enjoy these. All that is coming to my Twitter soon, within the next 24 hours. Alright, how's everything out there in Torbay? What sort of weather are you having? I see. Cold? Warm? Medium? It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Over here, it's been warmer than during the last couple of weeks. We had very, very cold air, probably right here from Siberia, and the air temperature was even minus 16 on one night, so it was very, very cold. But recovered. And yesterday was a lot of drizzle, so the usual, our local Hertfordshire English weather, with a lot of, sogginess everywhere, which is not appreciated. When I went for my dinner, it did rain initially, but then later it stopped. But it just makes it really, we have 4 rivers in the local area, and the area is full of nature reserves, and everything gets really caked up in mud. And that's, I walk to my dinner, go back, and it's just not a really pleasant sort of exercise. I don't mind it too much, but still, if it gets very strong winds together with it, then it is really a non-starter. Then I always have to give it a miss. And I can hear myself. That's probably only fine, right? Yeah, okay. Well, I think sometimes people have their TV or the phone on, and then there's like feedback from the sound that comes out of that device. So as we're live, and I always ask people to switch everything off. Okay. Right, so let me just crack on with the game. Let's see what's happening in there. she? Loads of dogs here in our local area. Yeah, nature reserve and parks and everything, so people have dogs, yeah. It's quite easy for them. No. What I wrote earlier was just telling you that the regular everyday streams of Apex, they stopped with the anniversary events because we've gone in there to promote the events, to collect the rewards and various other things. We'll have Apex thrown in from day to day, but it'll be slightly irregular, so it wouldn't be like a specific slot, because at the moment I have several games that need to be introduced on the channel. We have The Division that needs to be still played a bit, and then we have Warzone. Well, this week we'll have, look at this looks beautiful. Any trouble that you have with, if you look at it, maybe you can't see this on Twitch, but the frame rate rusted, so it's not like 60 FPS. When you start walking, and maybe when you get other people in, multiplayer will be dropping even more. So I mean, I understand that some of the writers would have concern about this, but I look at it, you look at graphics, see every single lead, so yeah, if you were to be playing a game on Xbox One S or 4K TV, it's really immersive, and the characters are beautifully designed. Well, I mean, if your TV is like 2 or 3 years old, it's not like a 10 plus, it'll have Ultra HD, so that's good enough. And I have a Sony Bravia setup here, 60-inch TV, and the picture is just mouth-watering. It's incredible. And on both consoles, PlayStation and Xbox, it is just, the kind of stuff the dreams are made of. I upgraded my system last year, and it's just an incredible how different some games look if you have that size of screen and that quality colour. And obviously if you are on the latest TVs with 8K and the latest consoles, then the quality is even greater. But yeah, we have TVs. I think the new Xbox does have that capacity for some games, not in all games, but the new ones like Cyberpunk, Valhalla, and Watch Dogs, the most recent releases. But on the other hand, it is very tech savvy, and I think it isn't really necessary. Do you know what I mean? There is brightness, there's illumination, but for instance, my TV is not 4K; it's 1080 Ultra HD OLED, and basically the picture quality is staggering. And if you depends on the game as well. If you're doing arcade-style games with lots of bright colours, they can affect you a bit if you look at easy afterwards. If it's too bright, obviously we can adjust the brightness in the TV set. It's all about the flicker rate and the number of pixels that you have. And generally, I've been very happy with the resolution that I'm getting. And quite curious to see what it's going to look like on the new consoles, because the graphics will be denser and maybe a bit brighter. And if you're interested what the difference is, you can go to I think it is Xbox UK. Is it called Xbox UK? It's not inside Xbox. It's the UK channel for Xbox on YouTube, and they have good presenters in there, and they were doing a good presentation of Gears of War 5 when they released the latest update, which is 4K, and they were comparing it with like the remaster for the next gen consoles with the old one. The old one's only about 18 months old, and I thought, that's just a fluke, it's ridiculous, right? But when you look at it, the attention to detail, the resolution was incredibly different, and in Gears of War 5, a lot more scary, because it's, the latter section of the game has all kinds of nasty monsters, and they have massive jaws, and you can see every single bit in his jaws. It's so terrifying, honestly, and much illuminated, every detail seen, and really does work. And they all said the game from being a usual sci-fi FPS kind of adventure game became almost like survival horror, which is what it is. It's the stuff you have to survive in that very deadly environment. So it does work, you know? It does work, and the games look better. You play games for a long while, where you're like a new. Didn't quite hear. Your guess over 5. Well, I would absolutely recommend it. One of the best multiplayers ever created, beautifully well inbuilt campaign and all the other sections. They've given it some updates, and there was Operators 5 and 6 introduced recently, and you know, a game that's great to be played in co-op. That's a 2-piece that works one of the best. The other 4-piece team, still good, but I think co-op does the business, because the original idea was the campaign missions, you know, work the best. But then if you want to be doing PvP, then it's always the best to have a 4-man team on board. Very, very small deathmatch maps, so you know, very, very hard to survive. You're fairly fast. It's similar to Destiny 2 3, but I think much better maps. You can, because of the environment, there are many places we can hide, you know, have some tactics and strategies applied, so it works better on that front. I would say, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I would say definitely,
The one thing I disagree with is all the blood and gore and that in it.
No, you
I
can
like
utilise
it,
No, you
but
can
they
utilise
need to like lower it.
You have got on settings the option where you neutralize that completely. You'll not see any of it at all.
Really?
Just go to the settings and it gives you like family friendly and just neutralizes all the gore. It's very good in that respect. And also they introduced a mod, and I watched it also. I can't remember whether it was. I think it was also an Xbox podcast. The mod turns the game. First of all, you need to play the game like for, I don't know, first or second run, so you can see exactly what's in the campaign. Once you've done it, you can use that mod, and it turns this entire game, which is really high resolution graphics, a bit like this one, right? Turns it into a graphic novel. It does turn it. Just click one button, it becomes like a graphic novel. The environment is just
Really?
recognition. It's incredible. I'm not sure how they've done it, but it's just you're watching a different game. Obviously, the same characters, same action, same locations, but the usual visuals, it goes into a complete graphic novel style, and you really replay the game from scratch because the environment looks different, and your experience of it is, you know, heightened, as if you were entering a graphic novel. So very, very, very interesting. And obviously, Gears 5 is together with Halo, the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah.
The pinnacle of the Game Pass, together with Destiny. Destiny is not owned by Microsoft like the other two, but you know, definitely those three are the biggest, the greatest AAA blockbusters that have a massive number of players and, you know, community members attached to them. So definitely worth a shot. I played all the Gears from the beginning when it came out. Very good game. Liked the idea, the concept, but they had some problems within the company, and then the guy who worked on the game from the beginning, Art City, had some major clash with the other chaps, and something didn't change its original course.
Sadly.
Let's have a look at.
He's the one who pretty much helped everything with it.
You said you played then on various Xbox systems.
Yeah.
Favorite games?
Oh, I would say out of the Gears of War, I would choose 3. My favourite games on Xbox is just all of them.
games?
would be.
Uh,
Yeah, because all of them have good graphics, all, like, amount of stuff in them.
Gears of War or just other games?
Like, all of them. Like, every game on the Xbox and all that. Because most of them who I've played, yeah, has good graphics, like, amount of stuff, but not all hardcore. Hmm.
If you're also on the Ultimate, are you? A subscriber to the Ultimate subscription, so you get game
Yeah.
passes. Yeah. Well, that's the
Yeah,
best.
because
that's
they
the
only
best thing
because
in
they
the game.
lowered it to £1.
Yeah, that's the best thing in the gaming of today, and it's just extraordinary. You can get all the games in there for on a subscription price of about $10.99, and they're constantly beefing up the titles. And it's all down to the executive, you know, the boss, Phil Spencer, because he realized that I listened to his interview yesterday, in fact, incidentally, that he would have given to Larry and Jeff, the guys from their
Yeah.
Xbox crew. And it was a couple of years ago, he said they were discussing the future of Microsoft, and for him it just clicked. He just thought, well, having something like Netflix, everybody accessing all of our games, any platform, anywhere, the best possible thing. They were looking at how to monetize, and you know, when you talk to the developers, this game, for instance, Outriders, if it was to come up on Xbox Game Pass, it will have probably 20, 30 million people, 50 million people accessing it on its first day.
Jesus.
And, you know, the audience coming in the first couple of hours, having that kind of exposure, and is incredible. But for the indie games, the games with no marketing budget, the games that no one's ever heard of, they will have a few million people coming in the first day, where otherwise they probably will never gather that degree of participants, even in a kind of long period of time. And I listened to some of the you know, game directors of the games, and they said we just all try to get in if possible. And coming back to the question asked about DRBMiller introducing, what they're going to be introducing. Well, Outriders is the first one this week. Then we have a beautiful game called Falconeer, and it looks absolutely incredible. It's a bit like a flying game, and this game was created just by one person. If you look at the game, it looks like a big team game. It looks fantastic visually.
Really?
And he was a huge fan of the old Red Baron stroke, you know, Aces of High type of games, flying games, basically aerial combat. And he thought, well, I'll make a game where you can have planes which just fly around in Falcon, and there will be some aerial combat in some locations. It looks absolutely amazing. So we'll try that game. We'll introduce it. It's on Game Pass as well. Then we have Spiritfarer, which is this week the Game of the Week on Xbox Game Club. And then we'll have Project Winter. That's the game that we streamed through Xbox Ambassadors Community on Sunday. I was a bit delayed with that, but I'll introduce it this week. You know, Ambassadors have a monthly stream of a game that is being promoted to the Ambassadors Community, and this was the one chosen by the community. So these four, basically, this week. And the list just goes on, because always there's new games coming in, and I tell you, I've got a game now called She Sees Red, and this is an interactive film. Psychological profiler is having some visions and detecting where the criminals or the killers were, and it just looks like really cool. And I'm playing it at the moment, so I'll introduce that one as well. You know, it's a mixture of what comes out in the industry first, with some of my own archaeological discoveries, because there are so many games out there, and Xbox and PlayStation offer many of those at very good prices through seasonal deals, you know, reductions, and it's always great to discover something you've never heard of but actually turns out to be really good, or a game you played many years back and to the protection of. So always a good scope for games to be revisited. I'm also considering that to run a section called Golden Oldies, the games, the big ones, like Oblivion or Skyrim, Gears of War, Mass Effect, the original one. Mass Effect will come out on Legendary Edition, a remastered version of the trilogy in May, and it will be completely reworked with some additional content, all DLCs included. And I've watched some footage from you know, the developer, and it just looks really mouth-watering, because Mass Effect, the first game, was the old gen one, and was done on the jet engines, so it never really performed too well compared to the second and third installment. And they reworked the whole thing, so it's going to be for the first time performing properly. Let's crack on with some action, shall we? Let's see what we've got. And you'll see the action in the fighting sequences are very similar to Anthem. They're very fierce and lots of enemies. Clicky enemies too. So although you're a junior, you're a veteran gamer. You played all these games?
Yeah. It's worth it. Too busy, doesn't it? Just playing Apex while I wait for the game downloaded. Yeah. Keep myself busy while talking to you while playing it. Have you ever played?
We need to pay attention to all the enemies that want to attack me. Many enemies are there.
Any?
It's very similar as the fighting sequences. You get massive in here. If you look up, it says World Tier 3. As you're progressing in those world tiers, the difficulty level is also sending together with you. So you get really lots of different enemies. And,
Oh yeah. It looks like there's no glitches yet in the game.
using the right weapon, actual selection of skills. We have some supers in here. I'll show you where the supers work. So when, for instance, these guys come closer.
Oh yeah. Doesn't much.
Well, these guys are very nasty, and they've taken.
Damn right.
That's it. I'm done. Something else.
A new tactic. I take it that Outriders are like a tactical game as well. It does seem like a good game though while you're playing it. Literally. You just need to find the right thing for the right enemy though. Oh. How long have you been playing for this?
That's ridiculous. Enemies to your above, look at this. I'm ruining it all. Number of these red dots in there. Very busy.
Literally. for your health.
In here, you need to be neutralizing enemies in order to get the health. Otherwise, you die. So anytime, neutralize people.
My Outriders is 61% done. Almost there. Then I will happily join you.
Targeting is not ideal. But the character, as Hartley said, about the service, he's not suffering any
Yeah. It sometimes it don't really make sense though with some games, doesn't it?
What's the issues? One is the game itself, the lazy to speed. Because if the AI is not right, then it's
Yeah.
at other times it's to do with the game's not been done.
Sorry I missed your other streams yesterday and that. I was just just out and all that, you know what I mean? So yeah, sorry I didn't join the stream then. I was just out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yesterday we were supporting his Buffs person Spanish. The guys who were engaged at the beginning. I basically connected with each one of them sort of random matchmaking. So they're basically the founding members of DW BBC regiment. That stands for teamwork, buyback supports, and one of the guys every day of the others to take lots of fun to be had. Always great content where we answer people's questions, discuss our strategies. Really privileged to have such great members of the community come in.
Yeah, they seem to as well.
Yeah, quite frankly, they're not really everyday gamers previously, but you know, they kind of fun. And it's nice, almost like, Miller, where are you?
Literally.
That's
The
the best.
best of the best.
Well, if you are a streamer, and if you always be attached to maybe one or two games, and you want all participants to be civilized, friendly, engaging, and enjoy, you know, streaming. It's not about chasing scores and speakers, which is what some people do. And
Yeah.
generally, don't have those it's all about connecting with others. And I think generally, watching Switzerland, Belgium, Germany, Sweden, Italy, Norway, they all like to sign live stream because of our content. The main that we're streaming a game which is 18 plus and generally full of toxic content. Watch out for the streams, the swearing all the time, nasty things said.
Literally.
Racism, homophobia, discrimination, destroyed everywhere. That's something to get that it's all family.
Yeah. And if anything like that happens, you'll have to like kick them out or that.
Immediate ban. Moderators will give a community strike, which is
Yeah, that's fair though, isn't it?
we absolutely do not want anybody of that sort to be present, not just in our community, but in any of the online gaming communities. Because you always have some people from media who wanted to jump on a bandwagon saying, well, this is exactly what they do. Games are not about violence. Games are about
Yeah, it's just about having fun and all that.
and interactivity, and the way some people manage managed to survive this dreadful lockdown for the moment. It's all to do with the fact that we had the opportunity to connect video games.
Yeah.
And people from Brazil, from Chile, from Portugal, Pakistan, our friends Facebook, you know,
Really?
it's fantastic. Yesterday we had, well, my viewers, and Germany, but otherwise I played with, we went from Norway, then Buffs from Germany, and then the third person was from Portugal, and obviously myself being from Britain. So it's like a truly international team, and we all have like one thing in common, which is loving video gaming and being able to connect with others, you know, really adoring the community. It's all about community. And I think it's amazing how everything.
Yeah.
It's amazing because I remember the days of ICQ typing messages when you were playing Diablo, and today live on air, like two of us like talking, and in the very near future we'll have also, you know, video comms so people's heads could be seen everywhere. Although I will not be doing this because I prefer this style, you know, radio style broadcasting where, you know, people focus on the activity and the content rather than how somebody looks or what they're wearing, or, you know, that sort of thing. It's interesting, isn't it? You compare when you listen to a report on BBC 4 and what's happening, let's say, in London, and you watch the same report on Sky News, and you can hear it in a completely different way because you're focusing on something different. You know, no visuals. You need to be thinking like what that person is saying. You're really listening to the content and building your own ideas and assumptions whilst you're watching. It's all based on the visual.
Yep. But sometimes, even people they're a bit hot stuff.
You mean people to live streams? Or?
Yeah. With negativity for no reason.
Don't forget, it's all down to the broadcaster, the way the broadcaster comes across. And you can know that.
No, I mean, like, if the broadcast is nice like you, yeah, say it, and they're just be like, no, you should end and all that, you know what I mean?
Well, I think generally, I had none of them, because I realised I was a, you know, a mature gamer, a much older person than themselves, and they didn't come up with any kind of nonsense of that sort. And also, if they click on my chat, you know, when you click on my chat, you get these channel rules every single time that pop up. You've seen that. You click on chat, the channel rules pop up. So when it says there that the moderators are present and people
Son of a...
worried that there will be action taken against them, they will not say something like that. I think just from the English speaking world, not understanding content. So,
Yeah.
I have to say Twitch had improved tremendously. They have also automated mods that automatically kind of detect certain activities, so they're a lot better compared to the way it was. But still, I have no sympathy or time for people who are trying to, you know,
That's their kind of fun. Only if the world was filled with all happiness and no hate in the middle of that.
Life is too short. That's all there is. We need to be pleasant, you know?
Yeah. It's mad how I can watch you while playing.
What is that? Oh, no. Happy to get the kill, but ranting and swearing and shouting at us and causing mayhem. It's not the way it should be.
Yeah.
In our regiment,
Heads up! Grenade!
you know, it's fun and situations that are not like that because we equally enjoy winning as well as losing. Because particularly a team that's much better than you. We always the last few teams. Like yesterday we had, I think you've seen, all the matches were down to like top 5 or 6. We always watched the rest to see how they basically finished it off. And if we spot
Yeah,
any
how they
cheats,
always do stuff.
if we spot any cheats, we always report them immediately, and that's just reporting together. So all of us will report them 5 times within a period of, let's say, 10 seconds. So Activision will get 25 reports on somebody who's a cheat, but we always verify that he is a cheat. We won't just
Yeah.
pull it out the hat. Because that game has lots of cheats. Ever since they integrated cross-platform, it's been dreadful.
Luckily for me, when I don't was on at some points now, yeah, I don't really like the maximum I've found so far is like 1 cheat, at least, and that's it.
Well, I'm surprised. But you probably do you have cross-platform? Do you have cross-platform switched on when you set it?
Yeah.
You have. I'm surprised. We had
Same.
days where we spotted 1 per match. Sometimes they got eliminated, other times we got eliminated, and you know, it was the other day, it was a few days ago, I think it was on Saturday, and Sunday. Spaffos and me, in the squad, we played 6 matches. 5 of those had cheats, and each one of those we eliminated the cheats. So we were very, very concerned. We reported them, but they still won. There were a couple of teams that eliminated us and just literally strolled to the victory. Because what they do, they have software that allows them to have headshots without even needing to look to their sights. So they know exactly where the enemy is. And just run and shoot, like bang, bang, and everyone's dead. And
Yeah, like how when we first did Apex, how that person was shooting and killing.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, I've not come across many cheats in Apex, but then Apex is a bit concealed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you don't see it as clearly as in Warzone, which is a military simulation. And it's harder to spot, generally. But where you spot it in Apex is with infinite life. And also when he fires off the action, you are like almost immediately killed. Like one shot, you're on the floor, next shot, you're dead. Well, that shouldn't be happening if you have like a purple shield on. And it's happened, I think, in that game that I played, and I've come across it a couple of times. But, you know, it's sad that people want to do this. It's dreadful. It's criminal. It's prosecutable. But big publishers like Activision and, you know, the guys that Tencent, I think, that released PUBG, they're not doing enough. They'll have a weekend and then they'll say we banned 60,000 or 70,000, but they do this every single day for people to do it. Basically, the difficulty for them is if they have moderators, right, who are banning people in dozens of thousands, that means those people are banned for life and therefore they're no longer subscribers, they're no longer users. These companies are dependent on the investment. So if, let's say, for instance, if I'm an investor in Activision, I can see that every month the number of users is dropping. I'm pulling out my investment. So this is the main reason as to why they do it. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. Otherwise they won't. Alright, let's have a look. What's going on in here?
Mine is almost done, and it's got 69% done. My Outriders is.
Do you have fiber? Or do you have broadband?
I actually don't know myself.
How fast is the upload?
50 megabytes or more.
Upload or download?
Download.
Download and upload?
Upload. Pretty quick.
50 did you say? Upload.
Pretty quick. Around that, I would say.
Yeah, that's ultra fast fiber then. My upload on broadband is 1. My down
Really?
to 30. Yeah. Alright, we've come to something new. And we are given interrupts and resistance. Altered enemies and anomaly enhanced creatures can cast their own abilities and protect against your skills. So, 3 different types of skills. Interrupting skills. Casting bar shows that an enemy is concentrating to use their ability. You can hit a casting enemy with your interrupt keyword skill to stop them. Well, that's tricky. I will not remember that, I think. Building resistance. When you use skills that interrupt or immobilize elite enemies, those enemies build up resistance. This is indicated by the whatever icon turning blue. When resistance has built up, the enemy gets engulfed in a blue aura. Blue aura indicates that an enemy is temporarily immune to interrupt and immobilizing effects. You cannot interrupt an enemy abilities while he is in this state. The bar around the icon indicates how long these effects will last. So it's interrupting skills, building resistance, effect resistance. Well, if I don't learn that, I'm sure the enemies are going to be very powerful and I'll be eliminated all the time. So, it's too many things to learn in such a short period of time for me. You know, you get people who play one game at all times. They know everything about it.
Yeah.
I have people.
Hey, I won a bet. Nice. How you doing on the
So strong.
He looked at it.
You got me. I told you. This is like a tutorial on how to use these skills. I need to learn how to use the special skills because, like I said,
Yeah. Is it this one enemy what's just killing you?
well, yeah, a clear purpose.
Literally.
It's weird, is my weapons.
What is he even doing? He like just crouching and moving or something?
He got me again. Ah,
Yeah. I don't think he likes you a lot. My game has 72%. It is, so it's almost done. So, because whenever I do you press your demo tag, yeah, it shows join game, so I might be able to join you when it's done.
The thing is, the game might ask you to do that tutorial initially.
Yeah.
See, so it's possible. I guess what we can do is, once the game loads, is I can go back. I'll go into your game and we'll start your game, and I'll come in from the beginning. It's no big deal, really. Because we really
Yeah.
want everyone to.
We're both really
experience-
beginners.
No, we really want to have viewers and for the participants a full introduction on different ways to which this game actually can be played. So playing a solo, because on the first run it's always very good to become more familiar with whatever is out there. But the game's been created for the multiplayer, so they want people to be in there from the beginning in a multiplayer, and therefore I'll be curious to see whether we'll be getting the same or the different number of enemies, depending on how many people are in the squad.
Mental though, isn't it? How many people can join one death in and all of a sudden it goes mental. Yeah, I'd say that I won last day in Apex. I won Apex the last game. Yeah, without any kills. My team, none of my teammates had any kills. We were just sitting back.
Dad coming.
No, someone just died from the zone and we won. What'd you say? Probably just a typical thing. What? One.
His mate got me.
Oh no.
Not.
His teammate.
So if you look at all the games you've played so far, what's the favourite?
I would say Apex so far.
It's
You-
the same. They said like Apex.
But it might change after I play the day. Never know the fear. Everything would just change.
Apex.
Yeah, like next thing it could be amazing, but then after that it could have an update or whatever. You've almost killed him, at least you did. Is he just stuck there? Was he?
Won't stop till we die!
Let's have a look at the inventory. Look at this. Quite similar to PUBG. There's the same outfit in there. Looks like this. And it's funny because it's similar to Destiny. You've got to be always looking at what kit you're wearing, which has got the greatest strength, you know? So that's 89. Well, that's probably why he was able to kill me. I mean, what am I doing? I'm asleep. This is what the trouble was. Just realized that I was like on my outfit 30-40 points off mark. So that's not very good, is it? 54. My character's called Danielle.
Nice.
Well, I have a female character called Danielle van der Leroy. And that's the character that's always, always present in all of my open world RPGs, Black Deserts, Dungeons and Dragons, Neverwinter, and she always looks the same. She is a slim, medium height, blonde-haired, ponytailed warrior.
Nice.
So anywhere you go, you'll be able to see, identify straight away. You know, that's Danielle. So it's quite funny. And I modeled her on a friend. Fortunately, the friend doesn't know that the character's been modeled on her, so she killed her otherwise. But yeah, her name's not Danielle, it's something completely different. So, just worried sometimes that somebody will say, go and have a look at his stream, who's in there? It's just a game.
It's nice having someone to talk to, though, isn't it? While doing it. That one. Like, for everyone really, isn't it? To talk to someone while playing a game.
Well, you know, it depends on the game. For instance, for Destiny streams, particularly for Destiny 1, we always have people live on air. For Warzone, we always have 4 people there. And then if I play Oxenfree or Spiritfarer, it's unlikely unless one of the veterans comes in and participates in it. It depends. Depends on the day, depends on various things. I mean, the busiest stream I had altogether was my review of Division 2. And I've had literally 3,000 or 4,000 people popped in within 3 hours, and we had constant participants coming and going, talking and throwing in comments. So it's interesting. He told it, you know, Twitch is basically the game of algorithms. So it's very much down to how you do it, whether the algorithms pick you up. An example, let's say if you decide to stream at a later date to run your channel. First of all, you've got to choose a game that will be seen as the best possible community-based game that's going to attract lots of people to come in. So it will have to be a blockbuster. It will have to be a game that's been frequently played for quite a while. But not a game that's being currently entertained in very large numbers. Also, it's not a game if you want to be doing build up of your community. It's not really attracting viewers. You get people on random matchmaking, but you will not get many viewers. I've chosen Destiny because I knew Destiny had millions of people worldwide watching it and playing it, and I knew that the release of the sequel was not that positive received. So Destiny 1 was still played a lot with the veterans, and there weren't many streamers doing it. Many streamers basically migrated to Destiny 2 because of everlasting content, infinite gameplay, etc., etc. So when I started on my channel, initially I tried a couple of RPGs and adventure games. I had Heavy Rain initially, which is one of my favourites last style games on PlayStation 3. And then immediately started with Destiny. And Destiny was attracting a lot of participants every day, because I was the only streamer worldwide who was streaming Destiny 1 every single day. So the algorithm picked me up, and every single day, whenever I started my stream, I would be always the first one. So obviously, people look at who's live. Let's have 70, 80 streamers, and the DRBMiller channel would pop up first. So that was the reason as to why I was able to build very fast quite a large Destiny veteran community. They all said they were all coming to the channel because A, I was streaming every day, and B, the channel was obviously delivered in an educated fashion where they could see this was an older game running it, and they always had other people to talk to live on air. So that's the most important thing to do, because you get people jumping on Warzone and Apex thinking, oh, some people are playing it, so everyone's going to come to me. Well, the fact is, there's probably about 20-30,000 streamers who are doing it any moment of the day, and therefore they will be signing off participants. The algorithm is the game of numbers, you know? How many streamers, how many viewers, how many participants, how frequently, how many interactions, all these things that you registered. So, right, got part of the solid town.
Different name for everywhere though, isn't there?
I did have people popping in last week. I also had some sessions which were completely dedicated to very successful. It's very hard work, and it's a long-term work. So it's not like it's so easy, you know?
Yeah. On Instagram, one looking in photo will be like tons of people, yeah. But in won't really, will it?
Didn't quite catch.
On the Instagram, if when they put a picture up, people would be like, "Oh, I like that," and they follow it. But on Twitch, it's a bit different, isn't it?
I think it's more to do with wasn't just that captain, some other yeah, the most successful streamers, two different types. One, I mean, I would say the most successful. The streamers who have the greatest number of subscribers and the largest audience. There are people like Ninja and Stroud, right? And these people have been playing games for the last 20 years. They literally, like Ninja was doing Halo when he was 9, and he just built a skill in year out. Then later he went to esports tournaments, he played there. Shroud, I guess a bit different, but similar. He played just Counter-Strike on PC, and once he entered esports tournaments, that is where his name became, very, very well known to the gamers worldwide. So obviously, long-term commitment to one particular game and building a name for yourself in terms of your scoring abilities, teamwork, and everything else helped when they came in first. Don't forget, once they came in first and really sponsored, they had major sponsors behind them who were investing in their presence with algorithms, with marketing campaigns, etc., etc. And then the other lot is perhaps the people who are not as well known in esports circles, but are very entertaining for various communities and for, an audience to watch. And they get sponsorships. So once they get sponsorships from Activision or Bungie, then they get adverts everywhere. The algorithms are picking up the streams from all platforms, and they keep getting the greatest traffic. For anyone who's doing it on the grassroots level, it's a long slog. I mean, you need to be really doing it for minimum 5 to 7 years in order to build a community to a few thousand daily participants. Some people might be lucky, and they may have content that is very entertaining, and if they bring in somebody else who's kind of a medium to big size streamer, then they could do raids, meaning bringing in their own subscribers to that new channel. But that's generally quite rare. I mean, quite frankly, I can tell you for myself, there's no time to be watching other people's streams, because you need to prepare for this, you need to do planning, you need to play some games to know what you're going to be doing, so it just takes up all the time, and therefore it's down to that degree of sponsorship and that degree of membership. What I'm trying to describe is the difference between somebody who pops up as a new independent, hugely successful streamer, but actually similar to artists in the music industry, they're not fully independent because they had some sort of industry support. This is where they were able to get extra subscribers, and mainly the presence across all platforms everywhere through various marketing campaigns and the algorithms picking them up as being the main streamers. Some of them are really terrific gamers, some are really wonderful community coordinators, and so the community is growing, it's vibrant and positive, and I think generally considering that Twitch took off in 2015, in less than 6 years, what we've seen is just mind-boggling. I've been to Twitch offices in London, we had some presentations there, and I met their top team, people who are working on the development side of things. I mean, every one of the teams was represented with somebody in there, and they all said they couldn't believe how many people were joining in so fast, because we were expecting some interest, but nowhere near compared to what people experienced. And they will evolve, they will invest, they will grow, and you've seen other platforms emerging like Facebook Gaming and Mixer. And it's just not the same thing. Everyone just tries it and doesn't like it and goes back to Twitch, because Twitch was the first one in, has the biggest community, and has the systems that are very easy to use, and it's working to everyone's advantage. So that's the way it is at the moment. I think YouTube streaming is quite popular, but it's not really hit it off in a way like Twitch. It's all the elements of social networking and connectivity that Twitch has, together with various other things they use. So all together, it's a very, very rewarding experience. And I can tell you, my Destiny streams and what I had recently with Warzone have been some of the most rewarding gaming experience of all times. Never ever did I have better people fully on board, and never ever did I have as much fun and entertainment for everyone to enjoy. So it's been really a true joy. It's it takes a while. As I said, it's all down to the person running it, and lots of younger streamers, they resort to endorsing sponsorship deals like selling drinks, selling t-shirts, and just forget it. People are using Twitch because it's for free. If you have to pay for it, the number of subscribers will go down 90%.
Literally.
Why is everybody subscribing to the Ultimate? Because on a subscription of $10.99 you get access to presently I think about 400 games, and also on the special offer you pay $1 for 3 months on the trial period. Well, this can't go wrong. So that is what's drawing people in.
My game might be finished, but in fact, so I might be able to wake up and say it's going near you.
Trying to think what to do with this captain.
Go for him. you mind if I finish the conversation in Zach? I'll just have to be like right back in Zach.
Yeah, sure, no problems. Let's see, I'm struggling a bit with that instruction or set of instructions. It said I have to do something close to these enemies apart. We expected it to be hard as we're carrying on with that world tier, which is assembling.
I'm back.
Back.
Oh no. Maybe when he died they can spawn? Oh, yeah. I'm watching your Twitch, Ezra. Oh, your health. Yeah. Finally, isn't it?
It took a while. But I'm
Yep.
not sure why he came back. He was exactly the same captain, the one who was earlier.
Was it?
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure it was exactly the same. But it's so good and it's beautifully designed.
Yeah. And difficult AI.
Well, so you're talking in all of these instructions. There's something you need to do in order to make a special similar to the instructions how to use equipment. How many people read all these instructions?
Literally. Because it's humanity that's the sin of them. But it has to be to their So, yes, I have.
Just waking up, realizing
Yeah.
So in terms of the genres, what are your favourites? FPS.
I'll say RPG and all that.
So, I played loads of these. I like Oblivion, Skyrim, wonderful RPGs, Dungeons and Dragons, Mass Effect. Less Unleashed. Played it? Good game. Very similar to Elder Scrolls Online.
Don't believe I have yet.
Yeah, it was part of the original Xbox package. Offered in a price if you want to buy it, but it's gone free. So I've seen yesterday when I looked up the recommended games, it is offered for free, but I think they've gone down the route of Apex. It's sort of free, but you need to buy lots of cosmetics if you want. Right? And a good game, very enjoyable, and good story, easy to follow. I think Black Desert Online is equally good. What I like about Black Desert is its design. And customizations, so it's like you can do anything you want. Outfits and everything, it's really, really good. Recommend Black Desert. It's also on, I think it's also on it was. Changing sometimes they game license for 3 months.
It seems pretty decent on your Twitch, I can say that one.
That's on your screen. My Twitch is like really, really poor. Once you get it on your TV. I'm getting some now. Yeah. That was delicious.
How long have you been doing Twitch for then, man?
Sorry?
How long have you been doing Twitch?
Let me think. Since September of 2018.
Jesus.
Wishing it's
Quite a while then.
third year. I had
Jesus.
loads of games on my channel. I had Destiny. The summer. Yeah, that's the main game in here. Destiny. That is what games component.
Son of a...
Several times.
90 miners, so what should we join in YouTube?
For that lot. Oh no.
We roll the trenches!
Clear the rocks. Look at that. Finally I got that.
I'm getting major deja vu in this place. Reminds me of that mission in Damascus, when we rescued those diplomats.
I had to save your ass from that machete-wielding mob.
Ha! More like that time I had to save your sorry ass from that redneck mob storming DC.
Those missions felt like we were fighting for a reason. But this shithole, it's never been worth fighting for.
So what's it all about for you then?
Just trying to live another day. Boss, we're barely holding on.
Sounds like it's a good day to wake up then.
4 o'clock. Tea and a biscuit.
Is it a break then? For you?
No. It's really interesting. They have this flag, and every time I see it, I think of Destiny. When you capture the flag, then you set off a world event. But in here, it's like fast travel. So you get the flag, and then from there you can fast travel to anywhere. So you go here, have all the other areas of the game allocated. So you can travel to areas. Obviously, this is a demo, so you know we're not gonna be able to unlock everything, but all looking good.
I might need to be back in like 10 or that minutes for start here.
that's fine. Yeah, no problem.
It's a...
Just let us know what you- yeah.
Okay.
Well, this is a slight glitch, I think. Not. The area. Okay, more enemies. Well, I've changed my username to Sir. I die a lot. Remember that because there was a chap who played with us in the Dansk, and his game attack was Sir using a lot. That was good. I'm astonished myself. I'm not even sure I've already done this. Well, I can tell you, I love Outriders. I really love it. It's a great game, very enjoyable, and as I'm carrying on, it's a bit like Mass Effect and Anthem meeting Gears of War. It's really cool. Well, that is not on. Did you see this? They surrounded me and I was just literally, it's crazy. I was able to do that. Must be somewhere. Key. Okay. Loads of them in there. Right, another biscuits and a cup of tea, by the looks of it. My cup of tea's gone cold. I can't even pick up anything. Simply full. Let's look at the environment. Let's see. That's looking good. I like that. Okay. honestly, I don't know what people complain about. This game is beautifully designed. I love the environment. And it's true, the controls are a bit stiff, the frame rate's dropping a bit, but I'm sure that will resolve by the time the game gets to its release date. So far, it's been a wonderful experience. Say, Miller just jumped the gun, you know, this cup of tea and biscuits 1 hour early. Well, not quite. 5 o'clock's coming as well, it's going to be another. Look at this, this looks so beautiful, it's really beautiful design. And, I forgot to say, it's so strange that people come. I read that push square report, and it was complaining about the tech side of things, and I can see as to why some concerns, but not a word said about the story. And Eurogamer said this game was so badly written, the story was terrible. Where did you get it from? And what game did you play? So, I'm really disappointed because Eurogamer is one of my favourites video game online hubs, and I read everything that they publish. It's always really in the know and very articulate and true to fact. But what he said about this game was ridiculous. Written them today saying, what game did you play? Really honestly, compared to what I had. Really odd. More. How many more times can I pick it up? Sure. Who's there? Hi.
Jakub, I've reached the solar tower. I'm going in.
What are you seeing in there?
Some kind of weird electrical sparks flying everywhere.
Means you're getting close. This altar, did I not mention? He's a goddamn electro freak.
You mean he lights up light bulbs?
More like flash frying everything for a mile. Look, I know you've always been able to handle yourself, but this son of a bitch is on a whole other level.
As of recently, so am I.
Journal entry unlocked. Let's see what the journal entry is telling us. Warson Valley. Lookout point. Once built assay hub for the production of solar energy, the solar tower ceased serving its original purpose. Anomaly fried the solar panels. The tower has since served as a lookout point for the supply route that Rift Town has come to depend on, and control of the tower effectively grants control of the route. Department for Energy and Industry status report. There is no response from the solar panels. all the cells appear to be burnt out. We have tried to analyze the wear level on the batteries, but even our testing equipment is now malfunctioning. Our workers sustained multiple electrical injuries during the examination of the tower systems. I believe whatever caused the system-wide malfunction, it overloaded systems beyond capacity. Solar tower will remain out of commission for the foreseeable future until a cause for this breakdown can be determined. For public safety reasons, the area will be locked down. Let's see. Rift Town. It's a fortress. We read that yesterday, I think. A History of Madness by R.T. Elliott, the official archive. 31 years ago, the once green valley that stretched between the forest and mountains formed the habitable zone. This small expanse is where the colonists first established the presence of Enoch. Now the valley is a war zone made up of trenches and squalid settlements, dugouts, saps, and a meandering maze of trench formations scar the valley. A smattering of fortifications and bunkers interrupt the monotony. The northern region is occupied by the insurgents, the southern by the ECA. The front line of war moves constantly, that is rarely ever a straight line. The conflict is stagnant, both sides achieving as many victories as they suffer defeats. On the front lines can be found the most unfortunate, living in rudimentary shelters built to offer a little cover from rain and anomalous storms, and even less cover from artillery fire. The living quarters are practically outposts, and to jump too high out of bed to invite a sniper's bullet. We unlock some characters. Seth, Magnus, Maxwell, Shira, Jakob. Oh, enemies, yeah, okay. Let's see, enemies. Oh, look at that. Oh no, look at this. Insurgents. Altered. Besieger of Riftan. We read it all yesterday. Card. Creature. Minor insurgent captain. A sadistic, cruel officer leading insurgent forces opposite Rift Town. He captured you and sentenced you to death by forcing you to walk across no man's land and found pleasure in doing so. But Reiner's first name is unknown. Believed that his parents were Brazilian metal workers who were killed savagely in the early years of colonization. So he grew up with a gang of homeless children living in the gutters, probably stealing food and dodging bullets, like when he was caught out in the open, with only makeshift shacks of corrugated steel for shelter. They were struck by a storm. Many of his friends died, while Reiner alone survived the storm and was transformed, though he did not become a true altered. As is the case with other so-called captains, his powers are limited. Still, he is by no means less dangerous. Reiner's abilities saw him conscripted into the insurgent army soon after. His new mid-level powers elevated him in rank, granting him command of a platoon of insurgents. Sources say Reiner carries a chip on his shoulder, forever feeling stunted and finished and not fully altered or human. Well, let's have a look at these deadly, ghastly enemies. Captains, we've seen these. Riflemen, we've seen these. Well, these captains are very, very hard to neutralize. And I astonished myself. I had 12 of these guys chasing me in the last section of the game. And I've used the supers, and then suddenly all of them are sort of semi-frozen and all exploded. So really, honestly, it was an astonishing finish, and I'm not even sure how I was able to do that. Breaches, very hard to neutralize. Cutthroat, well, he looks it. Let's face the fact. And then we have here Insurgents, Marksmen. They look a bit like that Death in Warzone, to be frank. Tell Sonny about it because he was having the outfit. Saw it all the time. Shira. Let me read this. I've not read it yesterday because we see Shira right beginning of the game, and then we meet her a bit later when she's 31 years older, because guess what, our character was in stasis. Can you imagine what this world will look like in a few months, a few years? Brand new civilization, a second chance. Shira is part of the ECA's engineering team as one among the Flores' essential crew members. She's had a hand in the ship's construction and design while it was still in Earth's orbit. Enoch, she's been assigned to accompany the Outriders on landing day to gather planet data analytics and oversee the technical side. Good. Technical side of colony's establishment. Born in Tel Aviv, she had a troubled childhood in the city's last years before war. Rising temperatures rendered the desert countries uninhabitable. Her father's position as a high-ranking city planner meant the family was able to escape before the war toward the country. Settled in Montreal, Shira was able to get an engineering education in one of the few cities and still supported universities. Shira did all she could to try and live a normal life, taking in stray animals, giving food to the hungry, but in a dying world there was little room for people like her. An armed conflict eventually crept into Montreal. She abandoned her home and committed herself to the construction of Flores. During her time in Earth's orbital station, she supported her father's work on the Flores. Shira recorded hundreds of hours in spacewalk while building the ship and contributed to such systems as life support, hull reinforcement,
Hey, Miller.
handling. Hold on, I need to read this through, yeah?
No problem.
But even for skilled engineers like Shira, seats on the Flores were hard to come by, even more so after the Caravel's launch failed. Shira's father, the only one in the family with a guaranteed seat, gave up his place for his daughter. 31 years after the landing, Shira is nearly unrecognizable. I echo that. She has ascended to Grand Marshal of Rifttown, one of the ECS Council of Grand Marshals leading the war against the insurgents. The buoyant daydreamer you met on landing day has become a hardened pragmatist and a woman of commanding presence. For decades, Shira's sole concern has been stopping her sector. But she could not afford to hope for anything more until he appeared on her doorstep. So that's the story. That's looking good. History and law. Well, we've read enough for now. I think we'll come back to that tomorrow. Yeah, tell us. I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm just going to reset my Xbox. So can you come back on?
Yes, of course, yeah. Just reboot in full for the game to register, for everything to be done. And then once you
Yeah.
open the game, just send me a message saying I'm on, and then what I'll do is I'll probably enter your game so we can do a bit of it together. But don't forget, at around 5 o'clock I'll migrate to Warzone, so we can do a section of your game, and then I'll be migrating to Warzone.
Okay,
So just ping us a message, I'll bring you in straight away.
no problem. I said that.
Yeah. Remember, when you come to these with flags, you need to capture them to be able to travel freely, fast travel to different areas. You know, you look at. No, that's not here either. I forgot. We need to really access. Flag. And then you get the map. The map tells you where you're going. And these are the areas. We have areas in the camp. See, our friend is saying something. Let's see what it is. There's an error. I probably need to leave the other party. Okay. So let me see, what do we need to do? Invitations. No, we need to clear this. Okay. We need to invite just memory then. Hang on. Parties in chat. Friends. Why can't I see our friends? Mm. Oh no, it's coming in. Okay, so that's good. No, that's fine. It just didn't seem to work on mine. I kept clicking. You couldn't see. I kept clicking on the invitations and other things. It just kept giving me like error message saying some sort of error, not to connect. But let me just think. What do we do? Shall we go to your game then? Okay, so we'll do that. Just want to say that once we enter your game, just make sure that the privacy settings on so nobody else pops in, and we'll be streaming live on air, all we do. Right, so then once we finish it around 5 o'clock, then I will depart both from the game and from the chat, because I'll be going to Warzone. Warzone is not on Xbox presently, it is on PlayStation, just to make it clear to all of the viewers as well. And we'll try to squeeze in as much activity as possible for our friend to be able to try out the game and everything. Huh? Warzone, you mean? No, I can't invite you to Warzone for the reasons which I've stated earlier on the messaging, so I'm afraid that's as it is, and it's a game that's really quite closely scrutinized, and I think yeah. Alright, so let's just crack on, as we have about 35 minutes for the gameplay. And let me see, you invited me to join your game. So join this. Join new session. Player is playing in prologue. Okay. That means you need to play prologue, finish it, and then I can join you. No, you'll finish it rather quickly. So what I'll do is I'll just carry on with my game, and then you'll tell me once you're ready, once you've finished it. So once you finish prologue, you'll be able to join in. Just tell us then once you get there. Yeah, it is, yeah, beautiful graphics. Yeah, they're basically next gen, Well, this boss is very, very tricky. Well, he's the first big boss.
It's a shame you won't last a day. None of this matters.
Well, he has some sort of special...
Inside! Where are you hiding? You enjoy the chase!
Son of a...
Guess what happened? So stronger than me. Not the first. It is, but also there is. Yeah, it's very good. It tells me this game is easy. Oh yeah? Now I'd be able to hear. Now there's no more noise.
In this world, death!
Yeah.
Not disappoint. None of this matters. Give me more.
special force that's kind of contaminating you, following you around wherever you go, and you can't get away from it. So we need to find that. I did manage to crack it. Yeah. I want to get to, I think it's level 7 on that name.
Where are you hiding?
The monster complete, one can do it without a secondary run.
Do not disappoint.
So hard. Pyromancer. Yeah, that's the one I'm saving. Yeah. Yeah. It's a complete problem, have you? I think if you go to the inventory, then you'll be able to see whether you completed it or not. Go to journal. History. There was a place there. Let's see it. Yeah, I'm joining your game now, so we'll be able to do it together. Can you hear me alright? Yeah, cool. Because sometimes the games have glitches and they cut in and you can't hear anything or anyone. Alright, cool. Well, we'll extend it then for still joining. we'll extend it then until 5:30, so we can do quite a bit together. Because obviously, I've been waiting for this to download and everything, and my friends will wait. And because usually we start at around 5 o'clock, you know, is the usual for the weekly Warzone, so that's alright. Because my Outriders kick off. Still joining. Alright. There we go. So let me have a look at you. Back a bit. They'll chase you. They're not like enemies in some games that they're not going from one room to another. They'll chase you all the way. Yeah, refilling. This game, they don't think this is so fast. I think this is what they were restarting to push around. It's not as we are 2-piece. I'm getting some technical problems. A bit of rubber banding. And you as well. Rubber banding and back and forward a bit. It happens in the games that are not fully finished, you know, but yeah, rubber banding and chopping. As you get more people coming in. It's not too bad. I know what it is actually. Hang on. Why is that? No. Why is this third person in there? We need to leave that. Go on options. And make it private. All the options, you can group the person and make it private so that other people can't come in. It's his internet speed that was interfering. What a shock. Yeah, boot me out as well. Yeah, kick me out and then bring me back in. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, okay, let's try. Sometimes the other person needs to leave in order to... No, I tell you what, kick me out. Yeah. And then I'll come back and then you let me again. Because the server needs to register. The server needs to register that the other guy caused this latency. Just give us a second because I left. Send me an invite. It's the best because when you send me an invite, I'm joining your server. You know, so that's the best. Yeah. Sniper. Just the only one I picked up, you know. I think it's the only one I picked up so far. Maybe not. I'll have a look once I'm in, before we get into the next wave. I love the demo. I think it's great. Yeah, it is. Yeah. But I did spot that sometimes the headshots didn't really register with some of the enemies. Not sure what it's to do with my internet or the game itself. They reported, you know, in these articles, which I didn't like. I want to have a look at that. Sniper. Rusty Bullet Eagle. last. What's this? That's 170. Oh, the first one is 170. That's good. 170. So all the others are not as powerful. Let's see whether I have any other snipers. No, that's the only one that must have. That's the only sniper. Let me just get back in. Running smooth, is it? You don't have your character going backwards and forwards or anything like this? Okay, that's good.
Altered. I could smell the storm in your blood, your stink of Enoch. Your kind are abominations, exile.
Who the hell are you?
Outrider. Impossible. Such untapped power, such confusion. You want answers. Whatever you were before, you're something new now. A second life. Don't waste it.
Who was that?
Sorry,
What's
let me
that?
just watch the cutscene.
He's altered. And just a little man. A little man.
Altered? What the fuck does that mean?
You... you don't know what you are. Where'd you steal that uniform?
I didn't, it's mine.
Yeah? If you's really an outrider, then you fights on the wrong side, Altered.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, the Grand Marshal, she'll explain. Come.
Yeah. You were asking me something earlier. Didn't quite catch. Did you cutscene? No. No. Someone else. Well, he looks similar, but I think the one that I was fighting was the first big boss, and he'll pop up a bit later. Is one of the major enemies of the colonists. Well, they'll have lots of enemies, and you know, it's kind of game where you'll come across all sorts. And there's a lot of fierce action. There's lots of enemies coming in at you in swarms, and it's like really massive, big amounts of hostiles. So it's really good for co-op because you use special skills together, and then you combine everything else, and you get to the to the results really. Move forward and get your achievements. You probably did get 1 or 2 achievements already, right? None. That's surprising. demo. Alright.
Where is she?
There.
What is that?
Go.
Do whatever you have to do, Lieutenant.
Shira?
You're alive.
I'm sorry to disappoint you.
You came from their side. You got any intel for us?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Look, I got a war to win, so either you help me, or you get back into cryo.
Hold on. I've just woken up to mud and shit. I've been asleep for God knows how many years.
31 years! So for 31 years, I've been seeing people fight and die while you were getting comfy in cryo. So excuse me for not throwing you a little welcome party.
What happened to you?
The anomaly! That's what happened.
You mean that storm?
We told them not to land. Anything more advanced than a grease engine got fried. All our data wiped out. We couldn't grow crops or make medicine, so we ended up in the same place as when we left Earth. Just killing each other over the little we have left.
Why didn't you go somewhere else? The Outriders could
The
have...
Outriders are dead.
What?
And the anomaly keeps us in this fucking valley. We can't go anywhere else. You don't get it, do you? You think you're dreaming? This is real. Believe me, it's fucking real. So whether you like it or not, you're stuck here in the mud and shit, like the rest of us. You should have never woken up.
Wouldn't miss out on all this.
Grand Marshal, we were too late. The Hounds have him. He's been taken underground.
Well, get him back.
Well, it may be our side, but that's not our turf, ma'am. I'm not losing people over Yakub.
Yakub? He's still alive?
Not too much longer, it seems.
Then I'll go find him.
Ma'am? Ma'am?
Never mind. We've got it covered.
Did you talk to Jakub earlier when you oh, yeah. You let me
So
know that.
Jakob's in trouble and I need to go save his ass. At least some things never change.
It's like Tom Hardy. You see the radar with that yellow star? It's just not to travel, but to enable it. Things you need to enable. Oh yeah, this flag. This flag. Maybe you did that already. Yeah, because I mean, basically, I thought I unlocked it in here, in this area, for the first time, to enable fast travel. But I think so. Like Tom Hardy. Here's a wall. Got a wall. Yeah, I did, yeah.
you hook me up? Please, I haven't even...
Ain't fair.
Nothing to see here.
Come to the wrong place. So what to do?
Those guys talk to the Grand Marshal too. That's why the boss promised us double the pay.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. And really very good storytelling. It's very easy to understand and connect with everyone. And anyone who played Anthem and Mass Effect will tell you it's very similar, the actual narrative, but compared to Destiny or Fallout, very different, because they've used the non-linear narrative, so you're not following the campaign missions in a linear order, like I like that.
I'm looking for Jakub Dubrowski.
Go away.
Watch this.
Listen, asshole. You got a gun pointed right at your...
Sorted.
Should have seen that coming.
Well, I'm not actually gone to level 5 because I'm replaying this level 1. Look at toolbar on top in the middle. What level do you have? Or 3? Really? Maybe.
Now where's Jakub?
Can you pick everything up, or is that just for me? Oh, that's it. Yeah, we're going. No, it's just a cutscene. We always watch cutscenes where we have cutscenes live on air. We don't talk. We just watch dialogue.
Nice eyes.
Hey! Whoa. Oh, sorry guys. I thought this was the bathroom.
Yeah.
You okay?
I had it under control.
Been a while.
I know you. Kurva! I thought you were dead.
You'll soon be dead if you don't get your ass to Shira's right now.
Shira. All right. Come meet me there when you're ready.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Shira,
taking mine off.
I got Jakub out in one piece.
I also have
He's on his
mine
way down.
That old drunk just refuses to die. Well, you should come join us. We have some catching up to do.
This is the funniest bit in the game so far. Did you not see that? When he recognized her for the first time, and then he swore in Polish, and it's just so funny. This is a return point. Did you see this? If you want to be returning to a certain area, you can always use the keys. Yeah. Right, okay, you lead the way, I'll go with you. You need to, yeah, it's fast travel basically to the base of operations. So click on fast travel and then we'll go to what's happened? Why couldn't you travel? Because you've gone. Wait a minute. Yeah, I've done it. Rift Town, we are traveling there. Oh yeah, I see what it is. Oh no. They've got a system to which you need to vote. So everyone in the party needs to approve that the destination is alright for everyone. Didn't realize that before. He gave me this option. So it's a bit like in Apex that everyone's ready, that sort of thing. Which is quite good. I think so far so good, don't you think? Really, yeah, a good game. Very exciting and good graphics, but I need to work out whether the lag is caused by my internet or whether that's the way it's going to be. I'm not sure. But for me it isn't. I'm rubber banding all the time. I'm coming backwards and forwards all the time, yeah. So if you look at me, come back.
Hey, can you hook me up? Come on, I'm sweating.
Yeah, you can see that backwards and forwards. can carry on tomorrow if you want. Just save it here, and then yeah. So basically, save it, and then we'll carry on tomorrow where we left off today. It's easy. Well, my streams usually starts.
No, because he won't. Because he can do what the fuck he wants.
Hey, never been so happy to see a familiar face. You haven't aged a day.
And you got old, my friend. In the hallway, that was Seth. What was he doing here?
Ignoring our pleas for help.
I thought he was on your side.
Seth, he's not on anyone's side. The insurgents have altered their walking nightmares. We're lucky Seth shows up to fight them back sometimes, but only if it fits whatever the hell game he's playing. Hey, damn it.
You have no idea how bad it is, Outrider. We thought we escaped the apocalypse. We thought we could start over again here. But we were wrong. I was wrong.
Shira.
Do you know why I'm in charge? Because I'm the only officer left alive. The insurgents at our door, they're feral, sadistic. They have us surrounded. We're low on food and bullets. And if those freaks don't kill us, this planet will!
Welcome back.
The black fungus in the forest. We never found a cure. The mountains are filled with abominations. And the anomaly storms get bigger every year. We don't have much time left. If we don't find a way out of this valley, if we don't find a miracle, this last shred of humanity is over.
Shira!
Well, would you look at that?
I can do things now. I don't understand, but maybe there's a reason.
Yes, you are. I guess I know why I saved your damn life all those years ago.
I'm sure this isn't exactly what you had in mind.
I'm not complaining.
Still, I don't get it. The day we landed, that storm, it tore Cuthbert apart, but not me. Why? Why was I...
Altered? Who the hell knows? When those storms hit, some get ripped inside out, some turn pink polka dot, and a few come back. Fucking immortal.
Nothing about the anomaly makes sense. It disrupts the laws of nature. It mutates whatever it touches. Early on, the ECA's best scientists tried to understand the storms, to tame them. None survived.
I guess you got lucky, boss. Or maybe not.
All I care about is that you are on our side. Our only supply line is blocked by an altar that our weapons cannot touch. Out by the old solar array. Seth had no interest in helping us, but now, you're here.
Hell, why not? Maybe I can buy humanity another day.
Lieutenant, what the hell was that?
The whole front line just collapsed! Like an earthquake, all right? I think we lost our whole first line of defenses!
On my way. Go, go, go!
Hey, in case I don't get another chance, I tried to find you, but it all went to shit. We had to run for our lives.
Forget it. I'm alive. I should have been dead 10 times over, if not for Tanner, if not for Shira. I'm the one with dues to pay now, Jakob.
Boss, I missed you. It's good to have you back. Now go beat that altered's ass for us, so we can get back in this goddamn fight.
Yeah, you can save it here and carry on tomorrow with the game, and I think we'll angle it for around 1 o'clock. If we did, yeah. I'm also level 5. then if I'm streaming a bit earlier, so I'll notify you, so you'll know in advance. But that's the plan. So we'll do Outriders tomorrow, and then we'll have also well, Destiny. I think we want to finish the demo, complete everything, explore the open world, and then I'll migrate to Destiny 1 and 2. Both. Depends on participants. If I have requests for people to join an Xbox, we do it on Xbox. If not, we go to Destiny on PlayStation. And the majority of my Destiny 1 stream was done on PlayStation. And then I migrated to Xbox because Destiny 2 was introduced to our Game Pass. So on the Game Pass we get the Ultimate Edition, the entire content with all DLCs and everything. And I don't have the latest expansions on my PlayStation, so all of that is on Xbox. And so if we are to be doing Destiny, we can do Destiny 2 on Xbox exclusively. Destiny 1 is on PlayStation because I'm maxed out. Yeah, I mean there will be quite a selection of games that you can enjoy. And Destiny is certainly one of them. And we can probably do you are on the Ultimate, so you get Beyond Light. Have you done Beyond Light at all? You've tried it on Destiny? The latest expansion? Yeah, lots of people tell you that Destiny 1 is a better game, and I think I'd say just it's a very different game to the sequel. But certainly, you know, we can squad up and then do different things. I actually needed somebody on Xbox for Beyond Light boss, the first big boss that popped up. Actually, not the first one of the big bosses, and it's a kind of a fight where you've got to be using stasis really very well in order to neutralize him. And doing it alone is not ideal because the entire activity is a major three-man strike. You know, 3 platforms, so you know, three guys being positioned as separate platforms would be easier to tackle the boss. So you know, we can do that sometimes, no problem. And I think in terms of the immediate plan, obviously you are on Xbox Ultimate, so any family-friendly game that's in there, you can be streaming introducing here. So Spiritfarer, and yeah, have a look at Spiritfarer, and have a look at Project Winter. Project Winter is a multiplayer, right? And then have a look at Vulcaneer. I think Vulcaneer is not a multiplayer. Which ones? It depends on the game. I mean, what I'll do is I'll just look at the ratings, and then we'll tailor. You know, it just depends on what the game is. For instance, Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Gears of War, you know, the Call of Duty franchise, that's all 18+. But if you have a game like Fortnite, although obviously it's Battle Royale, it's fighting, and Apex as well, there's classified Apex 16+. But it's a different sort of game compared to realistic type of violence and language. To be fair, I'm not sure whether they will give this game 16 or 18 certificate, because demo has not been certified. But the game, I think it's likely to get 18 because the swear words, they keep swearing a lot, and quite frankly, if you... And also they have those exploding creatures, you know, like blood and gore. And maybe on the real game, once it's released, they'll have the same mod like what they had on Gears of War, so you can just neutralize it and don't see any of it. But I really don't like what they do with some of the games where you have a perfectly normal dialogue and they keep throwing in swear words, which are completely unnatural. If you listen to it, people don't talk like that when they're, you know, up and about. And it's just in order to get 18 rating. That's the reason. It's purely monetary. They know that if the game is rated 18, children aged 13 to 18 will all want to be playing it. You see what I mean? So they automatically fuel It's all to do with the number of people then wanting to play just because it's otherwise forbidden. It's just the usual, it's just a generational thing, it's happened to everyone. In my youth, we all wanted to do things which people told us we shouldn't be doing, and it's the same sort of thing. And I think there is a difference if you're playing a game which is ranked 60 plus like Apex, and then doing Resident Evil or Gears of War. Yeah, you can always check if you're interested. You go to Google and put the title of a game, Apex, and then just say age rating. So let's say Apex Legends age rating, or put any other there, and then not really. In America, they're looking at the content. So if you have human lookalike creatures where there's excessive violence used, elimination, and some elements of dying which could be considered violent and brutal, like in Apex they have finishers, and finishers would be considered to be 18 plus generally. Do you know what I mean? It depends on the content, and there are lots of different factors there. But what I have a problem with is like in this game could be exactly the same like Destiny, but they're throwing in all that unnecessary swearing, and there's no reason for it. It comes across as completely unnatural, you know, for anyone in English-speaking world to say, well, it's just crazy. A bit like you watch some films in cinema, Brooklyn-based comedy, you know, with kind of middle-aged guys talking wives and friends, and they're talking about absolutely pedestrian, mundane things, and suddenly there's a foul word used in there, and it just sounds so unnatural. Don't talk like that, just in order to get the ratings. And if you get 18 plus ratings, then obviously lots of people want to use it because they know, well, maybe the assumptions are changing today, but certainly I'd say until maybe 7-8 years ago, before you had Twitch, before you had the ever-evolving, massively massive games, the assumption was it's children who are playing games all the time, you know? The adults were just completely outflanked. And the developers and everyone else said, well, yeah, obviously children have a lot of time, and this is what is attractive, because it's similar to graphic novels. I say graphic novels are just created for children, you know? It's a completely wrong assumption. And then they just wanted to inflate the number of participants. And quite frankly, it's much easier to play games today if you have cross-platform access on mobile phones and tablets. What do? Just pull it out, click, 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 you're in the game. And it's all about the numbers. So I think eventually it will be different. Similar to what I had in film industry. Like in America, their certification was absolutely draconian. All the way up to about 67. Two people couldn't be kissing, French kissing, on screen, and they couldn't be sometimes seen like two of them in bed together. Absolutely no swear words of any sort. And then suddenly from 67 onwards, it just went downhill. Went the other way, I should say. And the reason for that was they realised, this will make money. And the older generations, the pre-war generations, they all kind of passed away. They were no longer campaigning against that kind of language, and they just seen dollar. You know, like the Disney character, that dollar in his eyes. Well, that's the same sort of thing. And it's not just. It's probably assessed and channeled, because quite frankly there are so many wonderful, beautifully designed, highly entertaining, terrific family-friendly games. Ratchet & Clank I got for free yesterday on PlayStation. It's offered this month for free. It's a fantastic game. It's for all ages, very funny, very entertaining. What's the big deal? I mean, there are loads of games like that, and Anyway, I'll migrate to my Warzone stream now, so thank you very much for popping in and participating here live on air. Thank you for playing the Outriders demo with us. And like we said, we'll carry on tomorrow, so thank you for coming, and wish you a very good afternoon, late evening, early evening. And what other games will you be playing today in addition to this? Okay. What level are you? I forgot that on Apex. Oh yeah, you're ascending. Well, you want to get to 100, so the only way to do it is by grinding, doing matches, and the best thing in Apex is if you have a full squad that will be always fully unlocked, like a 3-man team, and it's easier to play, you can strategize, and then yeah, I mean, certainly a possibility we'll consider it, but I can tell you, Apex, anytime they have something new in the season, new season coming out, or then I'll have a bit more of it, like the anniversary event or in 2 weeks, but otherwise I'm just playing on and off hobbies recently, because I've done the game and played it a lot, and, you know, it's good fun, and you can always have it as an add-on to the usual broadcasts, and sometimes you'll have maybe several sessions a week, similar to PUBG, and you know the games which are Battle Royale. It's different with Warzone because it's very popular at the moment, attracting a very large number of participants and viewers and everything. So keep it in mind. Anyway, I've got to my grade, so thanks for coming, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Yeah. Take care. I'm not really sure what happened in here. Suddenly we lost the game, and it shouldn't be like this. We need to go back to our Outriders demo. Probably some sort of glitch in view of the fact that we were in our friend's game and we played together. Anyway, we've come to the end of our broadcast of Outriders for today. Hope you enjoyed the activities. We had plenty of community-based content. We talked internet connect. Okay. Just need to go in, otherwise the music will be too loud. Hope you enjoyed our community-based activities. We had our friend popping in and joining us, which was wonderful. And the whole perspective on the game was somewhat different, I would say. I had a lot of rubber banding this game, maybe to do with my internet connection, which is sometimes what does happen, particularly when streaming. But on the other hand, we were able to tackle the enemies and explore the story from a different angle. I think we managed to use our special skills and superpowers jointly. That gave us a great, rewarding experience with neutralization of the enemies. So cut long story short, our Outriders experience will continue tomorrow. So far, the all verdict will be 10 out of 10. We love the game. It's really great storytelling, wonderful graphics, a lot of activity, great battle sequences, a lot of combat, which is always exciting. And altogether, we look forward to another day. So now we are migrating to Warzone and Gdansk. The stream will resume in about 5 minutes after a short break. So join us there for a lot more action in that wonderful Battle Royale, part of our Battle Royale festival as well. See you all a bit later.